This is just Marquita Rambly time here. And maybe you'll pick something up out of it. It's just something I observed in myself. Me and my brother be talking a lot because he live here. And he, every now and then we'll get to things and it'll be something that I probably needed to do or is necessary. And I'm like, no. He's like, well, why not? I don't want to. I don't like it. And he always says, that's some girl stuff. You don't want to do something because you don't like it. I think that's a human thing. Few of us do things because we just love to do them. Particularly things that are uncomfortable or disturbs our fun and enjoyment and we feel like are just inconvenient. Even if it's just disruptive to what we're doing in the moment. You know, some of us just don't like to be disturbed. With whatever it is. You be watching TV, don't bother me. You on the phone, don't bother me. You at work, don't bother me. You know, whatever it is. You laying there with your thoughts, don't bother me. That's a natural response. That's very human. Like, in realizing things that are just a human response helped me with a few things. It helped me, one, quit grinding myself up. Like, it's just human. I'm not, like, even, and this is what I learned by reacting with the, what you bothering me for type stuff. Like, what? But then I noticed, of course, it wouldn't matter. Like, I had to notice the pattern in myself, right? About when it was I wasn't wanting to be bothered. You know, was I creating a dynamic where, damn, like, am I always unavailable to be spoken on or spoken to about a particular subject or by a particular person? Because if so, then maybe I need to think about why that subject is difficult or why I'm having difficulty, why I'm feeling resistance when this person comes to communicate, you know. Maybe I am just kind of trying to numb out and I don't want anybody to disturb that pocket of space I've created for myself in front of the TV or, you know, in my phone or, you know, whatever it is. Just because, you know, life be shitty sometimes and you just be wanting a break. So that's how people cope, you know. I've learned healthier ways to do it, but, you know, I'm human, so I scroll too. But I look and notice patterns when I'm doing it because I'm avoiding something else. I've also learned that it's easier to just deal with the something else because the something else doesn't go away. You know, I used to hear I used to hear people after they come out of recovery or something like that, like, you know, your problems are still there after the high wear off. And that's true. And you know, it's more tangible, I guess, if we consider it in the sense of, you know, a substance, everything is there. But however we choose to avoid an issue, the issue still will be there, except for our attention. So maybe it's something that's really hard, you know, when I don't want to and I don't like it situations. Then why don't I want to? Why don't I like it? Because as long as I'm ignoring that, not only is the issue still persisting, but I'm also ignoring my own power to affect change on the thing that I don't like. I am in the state of surrendering my power to it as long as I'm avoiding it. I'm saying it's stronger, it is more whatever than something that I could do. You know, this thing is bigger than me and not in a good way, you know. And that, you know, life can begin to feel very limited, you know, if the only time we ever try to be present really is when we can numb out in that space because everything else has got us up to 10. really know where I was going with that. That was another life. Now I do this, or I, will take a walk, turn on some music, take a stretch, take a nap, drink some water, eat, you know, maybe not have a Snickers, but hangry is real. Um, all of those things. If you watch this far, I want to offer you a little tip. Just a little tip to begin to reduce the general anxiety, if there's a general anxiety around a thing, or even just in life. Begin to notice when you feel anxious. Not just when a big thing comes up, not just when a big thing comes up. You want to start training yourself with the little things. Starting to make a change on a big thing with something that's hard internally is like trying to turn a vehicle at max speed, and you want to do a U-turn. It's steps, you gotta slow down, or something bad will happen. Other people besides yourself will be injured. So a way to begin to notice, maybe I'm someone who tends to feel rushed if I'm taking long at a counter and there are people behind me at a line. Oh my God, I don't want to be in anybody's way. Did anybody complain? If they did, what can they do? Because you still need to do whatever it is you need to do. And focusing on that now is causing you a delay. You could do what you could do faster if you just stop giving a fuck about the people and focus on what you're doing. They will be fine. Oh, but I'm so worried. You're not worried about them. You don't give a fuck about them. You don't want them to think shitty of you holding up the line. And that's the truth. If I'm lying, at yourself, because I'm not. Okay. Begin to notice that. Begin to notice that. And then try to not feel it. Maybe if it's, you genuine, if that's it. Wherever you might feel like, oh my God, I gotta hurry up. You know what I mean? And that you don't actually have to hurry up. Allow yourself the freedom to play with not hurrying up. See what happens when you just don't respond to that inner voice that says, hurry up. To say, in a second. I will in a minute. And give yourself a minute. And see if that feeling passes. Notice when it comes up after later, if there was a particular thought or feeling in your body where you noticed it. And then maybe practice noticing when your body feels that way. I'm just feeling tight. I don't know why. What's going on? Always notice the little things. If you start correcting the little things, they will add up. If you collect a bunch of pennies, they'll add up. However, if you have 100 pennies in a dollar bill, they're the same thing. You still got $1. You might have took longer to get it, but you got it. Only your pride would tell you you can only have it if it's that one thing right now, all of it together. And if you think I'm lying, at yourself, because I'm not. Little steps will get you there. All right. I love you because I love me. Have a good one.